All right, number 2, extraneous. Number 12, you can see at the very end a few different variations. You could have 10 to the negative 2. You could have made that 1 over 100, or you could have made that 0.01. All of them are just as equally fine as the other. Number 16. For the point of intersection, you want to set the two equal to each other. And when you set the two equal to each other and solve, you end up with x equals 9. You plug it back into the beginning to figure out the y value. So the y value is 2. Try to find your student chart so I can see who's absent. Okay. Number 24. You're solving, they chose to use ln. You might have chosen to use log base 4 instead. They chose to use ln. You might have used log base 4 instead. But either way, at the end of the day, this is one. Remember I told you about this, warned you about it. This is one version of the answer. There are others. The question is, did yours end up being 0.554? There are different ways of writing this answer. Did yours end up being 0.554? If so, good. If not, write down 0.554. You can write down this form, but maybe you didn't do it this way. And if you can't quite figure out if that got really hard in homework, you're like, I think I did it right, but it just looked different, and you got kind of stressed out about that. If your decimals matched, remember, you probably were okay. But if your decimals were a little bit off, something is wrong, or a lot off, something is wrong. So make sure you have that. Number 30. Look to the decimal first. Remember, that's why we were doing decimals. And then you can look back at the form that they have. Negative 1/4 ln of 3 over 40. But look at the decimal first. 0.64, bless you, 0.648. Bless you, bless you. This one, hopefully you did use ln. He was the easiest because ln of e cancels out, divide by negative 4. So remember, this might be written differently. Check the decimal. Number 36, you could have used log base 2. Hopefully most of you used ln. You notice that not only do I prefer ln, so does the book. So because we both know that calculus is a common and ln's best. ln of one side cancels, ln of the other side. Oops, we have to pop down. This was a lot like that the example in class we did. You had to distribute, get all the x pieces to one side, factor. This is one form of the answer. It's a good form. I would say it's almost the best form, but there were other ways of solving. Check the decimal, 0.181. Now, number 50. You can see the final answer. However, did anybody figure out a cheat that would have made this go a lot quicker? Oh, Ricky's taking his driving test, huh? Did anybody figure out a cheat that would make this go a lot quicker? Multiply, get the 1/2, let's put it together. Get the 1/2 multiplied by 2, right? What 1/2? I don't see a 1/2. You could have done it way easier than they did it. Because that square root we can rewrite to be, remember from Friday? Or from all the days before? Square root is what kind of power? 1/2. What happens when we have, come on, you guys want things easier, right? What happens when you have a logarithm and you have a power? What can you do to the power? Pop it down. So you can make it 1/2 ln of x minus 8. You can use the power property first and then, oh, booyah, how do I get rid of the 1/2? Times 2, right? And then all of a sudden, you don't even have to worry about that nasty square root. Not that it's going to be really that different of an answer, but you get to the 10 in a different way than down there. Then you can say, how do you get rid of an ln? Big ol' e, e to the ln. Those are inverses, and then all I have to do is add 8. E to the 10 plus 8. Same answer, right? Just, I don't know, it's a little cheat that I like, because it makes it a little bit faster. But up to you. Up to you. Final answer, 22,034.466. Number 60. This one you had to use the product property. If you didn't use the product property, oh man, I don't even know what you would have done. It would have been messy. Your dad would have said you shouldn't use the product property. How on earth did these logs just disappear? What property lets us just go boom? One-to-one property, or what could you have done to both sides and plug and cancel? A big old 2, right? A big old 2. 2 to the power of the left, 2 to the power of the right. Either way. Hopefully you guys are like, X is everywhere, and you start distributing and moving everything, and you're like, quadratic factor, but what? Remember I was trying to make up an example like this one on Friday, and I just totally failed, because it would have totally worked, and so the bell rang and we were done. Y is -3 extraneous, which means we need to cross that out and say the only answer is 2. A log argument. What's inside a logarithm is not allowed to be negative or 0. If you think about it, a log graph, remember? He has a vertical asymptote of 0, he can't hit it or go past. So, whenever you get answers to a problem that starts with logs, whenever you have answers to a problem that starts with logarithms, you have to take the answers and check. For instance, check the 2. 2 plus 6, positive. 2 plus 2, positive. 2 is positive. They're all greater than 0, they're all positive. 2 is fine. -3 plus 6, that'll be positive. -3 plus 2, that'll not be positive. So right there it fails. This wouldn't work, couldn't work, isn't allowed to work. And then -3, oh, that definitely doesn't work. So hence, he's illegal when we ignored the log, which is normally fine. When we ignore the log, an illegal answer snuck in, and we have to check it and make sure. We have to check it and make sure. Okay? So extraneous means not allowed, illegal. The math told us yes, but only because we ignored the logarithm for a while. Technically, if we had done something up here and figured out the domain, for the first one, x had to be greater than 0. Second one, x had to be greater than -2. Third one, x has to be greater than -6. You pick the most restricted because it has to work for all of them. So the domain, x has to be greater than 0. Hence, yeah, no. That's how you think about the logarithm. First, if you would like to do that, instead of having to plug and chug, but the plugging and chugging is usually easiest. Number 78, sorry, is he the last one? Oh, nope. One more. Number 78, the final answer is E. I like him way better than 2.718, but okay, whatever. I guess he could have checked his decimal too. E for number 78. And number 84. Say what? They gave you a value, and all you had to do is plug and chug it. Really? Yep. You just had to plug and chug it. You just had to read and figure out who is P. You get your 169, you plug and chug, and then you have to solve for that little x right there. Well, divide the 5,000, subtract the 1, and then you get a little stuff maybe right here. But the easiest way that I usually would say, yeah, undo that division. It's just a mess. E to the -0.002. Just in case you got stuck here, you might have that question. Multiply to the other side. Multiplication is always helpful. Then you just have a -4 over here. You can technically divide by, because if you notice, down here, this number disappeared, didn't disappear. They divided by the yucky -0.9662, which you divide on one side, you have to divide on the other. So let's just move it over here, be -4 over 0.9662. That would have gotten you this nice little decimal. Subtract the 4, see how 4 is gone. Then you have to go ahead and do an ln, easiest way to cancel out that E, and then you divide and then you're done. Okay, so final answer. When the price is 169, P is 169, that's what you plugged in. Solving gets you 983 about. They just rounded to a whole number because they were talking about phones. Uh-oh. Was there a B? Struggle. Where is he? Okay, hold on. I lost him. Actually, what was B? Oh, it was the exact same thing, but plug in and chug in for $2.99. Okay, hold on. Let's get the answer real fast, but the process we shouldn't have to really stress about. Kiddos, already be looking to see if there are any odds that you want us to peek at. Remember, odds, you can do Calc Chat back of the book, and if you still have questions, that's one we definitely want to take just a couple seconds on. Number 84, right? Not that 84. That 84. A, B. Where's B? There he is. So final answer is 684. I'm getting him over here real quick. Final answer is, ooh, why is he bigger? Oh well. Final answer is 684. That's a little better. Okay. There we go. I'm back. I'm ready, just in case some of you have questions that no one else wants to answer or can answer. There we go. Do we have any odds that we want to see? Caleb?
73.
73. Nathan?
55.
55. 53. There's some tricky ones. Are we good? Yeah. You sure? Grab out my grades really quickly, because I can see who's already participated and who hasn't. Guys, peek at those numbers and see if maybe there are any of them that you could show work for. Now remember, I'm not necessarily just looking for Calc Chat work. Calc Chat work isn't always the best work. Calc Chat work isn't always the best work. If you can understand it, if you got the right answer, you checked it, I would love to see, maybe we can talk through them to see what was tricky. Oh, there are plenty of you that could use some participation points. Okay, so, anybody? Oh, come on, Ricky's not here, but some of you. Patty, what do you want? 29. It's yours. Hold on, try to see who has the field. Nathan and Justin are doing pretty good. Does anybody else want one? Yeah, give that which one? 53. Okay. Tyler, you want one? Oh, okay. We'll get another one. Come on up, Maddie. You can grab the marker, and then come on up, Yvette. You can grab the marker. They're waiting. They're ready. No one wants to steal it from them.
I was confident to sleep.
Struggle. Grab the hard ones, huh? All right. Technically, Justin, let's see if Nathan, because he has one fewer than you. Oh, wait. Sam, which one? Yes, it is yours. You want to try 55, Tyler? Anybody else want to try 55?
I just wanted to go.
Oh, well, that's helpful. Bad timing, raise your hand. Guys. Alright. Until next grade, they're just going to assign it to you. Which isn't totally a bad thing, because if you didn't get it, you can show us what you did get, and I bet your mistakes are the same as some other people's, and then we can work on it together, huh? No, if we're not working on it together, then what's the point? Tyler, it's yours, because you're working it out anyway.
Is it illegal to do what I'm doing?
I have no idea. Come show me on the board, because you're going to show others how it shouldn't be scary. Why not? We'll probably catch up before anybody sees it anyway.
I'm afraid to get back up again because last time I screwed up tremendously.